So the intervention plan that I would choose for Carlos would be peer mediation intervention. I chose this plan because I think peer modeling would really be beneficial for him in helping with learning to initiate appropriate play and asking friends to play. I am unable to implement this in a video due to needing 2 kids. And with the holidays coming up, I don't have access to 2 kids. And so I'm just going to talk about the steps that I would take in order to implement peer mediation intervention. So the first step I would need to do is to select 4 to 5 peers that would work cooperatively with Carlos. There are criteria that I try to follow when selecting these peers. So these peers need to have a good social history with Carlos. They would need to have good social language and play skills already developed. The peers should be motivated and willing to participate in the intervention, and they should already be readily following adult directions. That would make the peers good candidates for the intervention. The next step would be to train and support the peers. They need to be trained to appreciate and support individual differences. Then I will introduce and demonstrate the targeted skill in various settings. So the skill that I'm working on with Carlos would be to appropriately initiate social interactions with peers by saying their name, hello, or asking if they'd like to play. So that's the target skill that I'm going to introduce to the peers. And we will role play with this in the various settings where I would expect for them to do this with Carlos. I would have them role play this targeted skill with me to check for understanding. After that, I need to plan for opportunities for this to take place. I have 4 planned opportunities built into the intervention plan. The first one being morning centers. The first center I would like for it to be a preferred task for Carlos to help maintain motivation. The next one being lunch. This opportunity could be ask a friend to sit with him or initiate a table conversation. The next one is recess. Ask a friend to play or to join a group game. And then the last one being afternoon centers. I like my second center group to be a non-preferred activity for Carlos. There is prompting with peer-mediated intervention. This prompting would happen when there's no social interaction for 30 seconds. I would prompt. I would also prompt and support when peers ask for that support. The last step in the intervention plan is reinforcement. I think it's really important to not only reinforce Carlos, but reinforce the peers that are participating in the intervention. A reinforcement assessment for Carlos would take place prior to implementing the intervention plan. So I have a good solid reinforcement for him. Data collection strategy for this intervention plan, I've attached it in the document itself, but observations will be conducted throughout the planned opportunities to determine the effectiveness of the PMI. And also it gives me the opportunity to know whether or not I need to rotate my peers. So out of the 4 to 5 peers, 2 peers would work with him at a time, and then as needed, I would rotate those peers in and out.